Do they still do the car smash? Because I remember the car smash
Well,
before those playoff games.
Well, not anymore because they're ass, but
Yeah.
And hockey.
Hockey.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back, everyone. The NHL season is fully underway. So thankful to have it back. Done with that long, grueling preseason.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of it. I'm not gonna front. I did not care.
Preseason is just awful because like the worst part is like I'm watching it. I was talking about this with Jay, and it's like I'm trying to like find things to like take away from preseason, and then it's like what are we doing here?
Like, I so appreciate them going to extend the season next year, but I don't really like. I wish they did it different, and I wish
Yeah.
that they just did away with preseason entirely and created like a summer league. Like,
yeah,
what-
I don't think you can do away with it entirely because you do need your star players to like have that room to ramp up. Like for the young guys, like you shouldn't be battling for a roster like 5 days before the season starts. Like have a summer league or something for that. I agree.
yeah,
But like you do kind of need your McDavids, your McKinnons, your guys to like play 2 games just to kind of get back up to full game speed. But like 2 games,
yeah, and I mean,
you know?
I don't know. Inter squad games exist. Lots of
Yeah.
teams do fine with that. Like,
It doesn't get to the same level though.
or like one exhibition. Like, I don't know.
Like I think 2 is great. But like the thing about it is okay, they cut it from 6 to 4, and that's cool. Even 4 is too much, but like we're moving in the right direction. But then we're moving in the wrong direction with extending the season from 82 to 84 games, right? Like
Yeah, I didn't like that.
there's no need for the NHL season to be 82 games, let alone extending it. Why are we doing that?
Yeah, like it's cool, I guess, like because you're shortening the preseason, but like it's still not like the solution to the problems we had in the first place.
Yeah.
The season still runs too long.
Yep.
82 games is pretty unsustainable. And my biggest issue with it is like I'm a big stats gal.
Sure.
Love my stats.
Yeah.
And it's hard as shit to weight things now. Because things are just different.
What you mean?
Like, okay, scoring record for the NHL.
Mhm.
It's over an 82 game spread.
Right.
If you have an extra like 2 games, does it really count?
Yeah, it's a good point. You know, you look at certain records and things like that, like season records and goals and whatever, like 40 goal seasons and stuff. Those
Mo-
are going to be a lot easier to hit when you have extra games.
Most winning team, you know?
Mhm.
You have 2 more games to not botch it. It's like, well,
Yeah, scoring records, all types of scoring records, team and individual, will for sure go up.
I'm not sure if I really like that. Like,
Yeah, you got to put an asterisk on stuff, you know?
yeah, and it just like it changes the framework of the conversation. I know it's just 2 games, but like that's 2 games. Like
Yeah.
2 games can make a big difference, especially when you're in a position like Ovi.
Yeah.
Or a position like the Panthers were.
Mm-hmm.
Or the
100%.
Knights, or, you know, any other team that's been going for any regular season record lately.
Yeah, and like if we're moving the season, like I think you got to cut it down. It's just too long as it is. I yearn for the 56 game season again, the COVID season. Electric.
Or like I'm not even saying like we should have less games, but let's make more games meaningful. Like let's actually have like a play-in round. We have so many teams and we haven't expanded
Yo.
playoffs at all.
I've been on the play-in round. I fully agree with that take.
Right? Like we could cut this season. Like we could cut the bullshit and just cut the season to 68.
Yeah.
And save 14 games.
Sure.
And just have a well spaced out
Yeah.
real 7-game series between
Yeah.
like the teams that really want it.
Like I think they will at some point. Like the NBA's done it. And like they want to expand again, right? Like they want to add 2 more teams, whether it's Houston and Atlanta or whatever it ends up being. Like eventually you're gonna have to change this playoff format. So hopefully we get a play-in round.
Absolutely. Even if it's just down to 74 and you just save yourself like a 7-game, or you cut it to, you could do 5 and then go from, it would be 82 down to what, 70? Oh, Jesus, 77.
Well, even if you just, if you cut it to 75 and then did a best of 5 play-in, you're still shaving 2 games off, which they wouldn't do, but like, I'd love to see it. I don't know. All right, let's get into why we're here this week.
Yeah, man. You want to lead in?
Yeah. So, I mean, Connor McDavid gets the big extension, and there's just been a lot of contract stuff over the last couple weeks here, right? Kirill Kaprizov gets the enormous extension, and then we see, Luke Hughes get the one. We talked about both of those a little bit last week, and then Connor McDavid gets the big team friendly. So I kind of wanted, well, we talked about it, and we went through, okay, well, why don't we take a look at some of the big ticket contracts from the salary cap era, the hard cap era, and look at, these massive sticker shocks and see how they ended up aging as time went on.
I think it's a brilliant idea.
So we're going to look through some of these biggest ones, and then we're going to tier them. We're going to rank them, see how they panned out. Did they end up being, oh my God, how did they pay him that much? Or did it end up being, yeah, that worked out for everybody?
I like it. I love this. I think it's going to be a great format.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good. I mean, McDavid was the big one before we get into it. 2 years, $12.5 million. The most team-friendly deal maybe in NHL history.
The sweetheart deal of the century. Let's be real here.
100%. I've never seen anything like it. I was floored by it, and I thought it was going to be a short-term deal, perhaps. I thought that was a pretty likely scenario for the Edmonton Oilers, but I thought that would be 14 or 15 as a discount.
Mm-hmm. I was expecting a good 14, 15 with 4 years. I thought they were going to get more term out of it too.
It's crazy work. I mean, and from all accounts, he went to them and said, "Look, write me up the same deal, short term. Let's get it done. Let's get a cup."
Yep. I think you said it. It's the first time we've really seen a prove-it deal on the player's behalf.
Yeah. Usually you see it on the other side, right? An organization saying, "All right, here's a couple-year deal. Go prove it to us." This is McDavid saying, No, you prove it to me.
Yeah, I know what I'm worth. I'm going to go and get whatever I'm worth anywhere that's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Prove that I belong here. Prove that you're going to make it worth my time.
And yeah, I did think, that they started asking Austin Matthews about it, and he says, okay, for him, it's all about winning and setting himself up for the best opportunity to do that. In my time around him, that's the main thing that he wants to do. And then Toronto media freaks out and go, oh, well, so Austin's saying that McDavid only cares about winning and he doesn't? Right? So people start kind of freaking out going, and it just makes me think, okay, well, I wonder if the players are feeling a way about that. If the players are feeling a little bit like even Kaprizov and everyone else that now has contracts coming up are going, well, that definitely lowers my value now.
You would have to imagine.
And now other players are getting asked questions about it, and between the players and the PA, they can't be happy.
I mean, it is a really unique situation, so you can be like, I don't care about the price of rice in China. That's irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
But it's you can't ignore that it's going to change the bargaining table. There has been significant shift in leverage.
Right.
Because there are teams that are going to have a hard time making those deals, and they're going to offer that.
I think you're right. We did talk about that last year with, I can't remember who it was, but we were talking about some sort of contract negotiations, and someone had said that Buffalo doesn't get to be used as a comparable in contract negotiations. Agents or organizations will just say that's Buffalo, it doesn't count.
Exactly.
And yeah, you're right. Definitely in this situation, there will be agents that are going, look, that McDavid situation is totally unique.
100%. It's into and of itself a really unique situation and deal, but I don't know. I know the way that the league works. I know that the way that these negotiations work. I've seen it happen way too long.
Mm-hmm.
I know that it just ends up to players getting short-dealed. I mean, Jack Roslovic is a hell of a player. I love that dude. Why the hell is he still a free agent?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's got a deal now.
He's in his late 20s.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And he's been pretty much a 40-point scorer for 6 or 7 seasons, less one bad season.
It's true. I that one's such an interesting one to me, especially because he's a center, right? It's a premium position right now that everyone around the league needed. And I do have a hard time squaring that. Like, I feel like, when you look at free agency, and it was like guys like Granlund got like so much money, and who's that guy from Philly who got $5 million?
Dvorak.
Yeah, Christian Dvorak. So yeah, it is really, really quite peculiar, the Roslovic situation, but.
Like, I know that there must have been some disagreement with, like, what he was looking for as far as, like, term and value. But, like, 1.5 for a year is crazy. Like, this guy shouldn't have to prove anything to you. I mean, it's great that he found a team to even play on.
Yeah.
And it's a contending team.
Yep.
That's a massive dub in both areas. But it shouldn't have had to come to that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, unless there's a huge personality issue that, like, we're just super not aware of. But even then, like Tony D'Angelo has a frickin' job. What are we talking about? Like
Yeah.
the Hurricanes were looking at signing Michael McLeod.
Yeah.
What? You had Jack Roslovic still. Michael McLeod hasn't played hockey in like.
Oh, he got a deal done though.
Oh yeah, he's been learning Russian.
In Mother Russia.
Yeah, good. Bye. What
Yeah.
are we doing? That's insane.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
No, I'm with you on that.
And I just think that's a trickle down of like what we're seeing with the changing landscape in contracts. And it's the unfortunate fallout we don't think about until it happens, because every cause has an effect. And the causation of this would be young players get big bags for long term because that's the smart thing to do.
Right.
We've learned that.
Yeah.
And we actively, like, we can't knock teams that do it.
No, of course not.
We actively criticize teams that bridge on short-term mid-tier deals.
100%.
It always burns them in the end, and they always end up having to pay the 13, 14 mil premium.
Yeah.
But it just leaves, like, the cap hasn't gone up enough to support that. It's all based on speculation that the cap is going to keep going up and keep going up, which is great. But if something happens and it doesn't, you're going to have a lot of dudes that deserve to be getting a good significant amount more than what they are, because there's just not money to go around.
Yeah. I hear you on that. I think like that's a worry though for me, that like
It is what it is, but I mean, like, it's gonna be weird
like
going into like a couple of these re-sign years.
Yeah. I just think if we're moving into an elite talent driven era, yeah, it's just way more important to make sure you have Kirill Kaprizov locked up than it is to give yourself a shot at spending $3 million on Jack Roslovic.
I mean, I guess so. It's really gonna have to change, like, in teams' priorities, but
I think it should be. Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't like it. Good for Edmonton, by the way, for like getting another forward to tuck in.
Honestly, I quite like the deal for Edmonton. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get into our tier list here. We're gonna go through some of these big contracts, like we said, and I think we should start off with one of the controversial ones. Sergei Bobrovsky. Now, we have a few of these deals that are like 2018, 2019, and I think those are really interesting ones because they're kind of unique, right? Because nobody expected COVID and a flat cap.
Real.
So that kind of makes it tough, right? People were expecting some cap growth, but it was still a huge deal at the time, right? Bobrovsky coming off the great season. Yeah, 100%. And I mean, it was a big deal at the time. And a scary one because he was old already. It was 12.3% of the cap on the date of signing. That's down to 10.5 now. Again, not a huge kind of come down because the cap flattened out for 4 years. But what do you think? Like, in the end, do you think this contract has been good for Florida?
Oh yeah, S tier.
I lean more towards good than bad, for certain.
See,
and I know
yeah,
you got something to say.
I think this one is like dead middle.
Really?
I do. And here's why. Because like that contract was an anchor in like 21 and 22. It was an anchor contract for them, and it was widely regarded pretty quickly as the worst deal in hockey. And what happened? I mean, look, they ended up winning cups. They weathered it, is what happened. It didn't like Sergei Bobrovsky has been he has 2 cups. So I mean, you can't really say much about it. But like, was he the reason they have those cups? Was he Vasilevsky? Like how many series did Sergei Bobrovsky win the Florida Panthers?
Honestly, a good enough chunk, I would say.
Give me a break.
I don't think he won them any games, but he certainly kept them in them.
Of course, but he's an NHL goaltender.
Yeah, but
playing on the best team in hockey.
But I mean, we could throw a bunch of other NHL goaltenders into that mix, and like, do we think that the outcome is the same? Like, do we think that Mackenzie Blackwood is going to have the same outcome as a Sergei Bobrovsky would?
No, but I think Vasilevsky on that team would have been. They would have walked through the playoffs.
Okay, yeah, but if we built an Olympic caliber team, then of course they would walk through the playoffs.
But Vasilevsky was making less than Bobrovsky.
I feel like Bobrovsky's in the same conversation as Vasilevsky, almost like.
Not even close.
Kinda, yeah.
No.
I wonder if we just did a tier list of every starting goalie contract right now.
Yeah.
Where Bobrovsky would be. I was thinking that earlier, and I didn't even come up with an answer.
Right.
But like, you know, I'm definitely more a Trill on this. Like, do you honestly think if you asked Edmonton, like if they just want Bobrovsky for 10 mil, they're gonna be like, nah. Like, I feel like,
yeah.
And like, look, my biggest defense on this is the key reason you sign these big ass, asinine, dumbass large contracts is to win the cup.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason, like if they never won a cup, absolutely, this would be C/D tier. It would be one of those contracts that was an anchor and probably held them back from it. But it was one of those contracts. They did it. They pulled the trigger. They won the cup, and that's exactly what teams do. That's why you sign them. That's what you hope for.
I just can't help but feel like, okay, when I look at a team like Vancouver, who anchored themselves like 5 times. The thing that I used to say through the flat cap era was like, you can handle one of those as long as you're super efficient everywhere else. Totally. And that's Florida, right? Florida is super efficient everywhere else, so they can afford what was a monstrosity of a contract through its worst years. Now it's getting better. Cap's gone up. I mean, but even then, we'll see. He's like 37 this year. I don't think it's a bad deal now because, like you said, they won a cup. They got everything out of it. But like, $10 million a year for a mid-30s goalie, I thought was never a good contract.
I also think that Florida had just such negative aura in like the year 2020.
That's true.
That I actually think that it stains the contract a bit as well. Because I remember being there and it being considered like the worst contract in the league.
Right.
But I really do feel like there was some real like Florida bias there because Florida was super poverty.
They were super poverty. That is factual. So I'm gonna let y'all decide on where this goes because I think I should bow out on it because I'm gonna be in a different tier.
I'll actually start by saying I feel like we're gonna have to adjust this after because this is honestly the most controversial one.
Right.
Like we'll see how our criteria goes on.
Yeah, that's fair.
I see it as a B though.
I think that's fair.
I don't like B is good.
Would you meet me at A? Because I had an S.
Let me be clear. I'm closer to A than C though.
Yeah, I could yield S to go to A.
All right, throw it in A for now. I think that's egregious, but I'll let y'all live on it. All right, and let's move on to the next one. Up next, who do we have there? Did we have Artemi Panarin?
Yes, we did.
Artemi Panarin, the second player on this list. This was a big, whopping deal. Taking up a big 14.3% of the salary cap when it hit. Not the largest here, but certainly up there. Same year, 2019. That's gone down to 12.2% of the cap now. Again, cap finally going up. And again, this was seen as a monster contract for a winger who had, had so much success, but hadn't really won anything, right? Now, in retrospect, 6 years later, how do we feel about this one?
Good. I mean, he's still the top producing player on the Rangers. So like,
See, like I feel like this is like an easy and resounding S tier to me. Like he's just simply been one of the best wingers in hockey for the entire duration of it. And now it's like he still is. It's 2026 now, and he's still one of the best wingers in hockey. And now that 11.6 looks great.
yeah, I mean, I'm closer to A on it, but I could definitely slide it to S.
I see. I think if we're talking about like changing,
But-
the guardrails, it's like that's kind of my thing about Bobrovsky is like that doesn't look like a great contract now. It just looks like a normal top end goalie contract.
I mean, like, I guess, but it's kind of like in that same area of the Carey Price contract, and like we can take a big dump on that Price contract. That stinks.
We'll get there.
But cups, baby, cups. Like, how many other players on this list have cups? Really quick, like just without
we got what?
spoiling names. Like we
got
can
1, 2, 3,
4.
4.
Who am I missing? Oh,
Does 12 have one?
12 does have one.
So 5
Oh, okay.
total.
So 5 out of 16.
Mhm.
That's just more for like, prefacing like cup criteria. I feel like that is important because like when you make these contracts, like the principal value of it is we're creating a cup window.
I'm picking up what you're laying down on this A tier for Bobrovsky because I don't see Panarin as an S. Because he's not the reason the Rangers haven't won, but honestly, he has kind of shrunk repeatedly in the playoffs.
Yeah,
I would argue. And with that, I can't put that in S, with that being the case. But I also can agree that him being like one of the top at his position should put him in a tier above Bobrovsky. So I'm cool with A tier personally.
I could do A for Panarin.
I'm also cool with that too.
I'll meet you there.
Yeah, let's do that.
Because like I'll say this, like Bobrovsky should be a C, but the cups boost him to A.
Let's go B for
Sure.
Bobrovsky.
Cool.
B for Bob.
B for Bob, indeed.
A for Artemi.
Kid-friendly show.
A for Artemi. That's we teaching people how to spell today.
You're welcome.
Uh,
Our Red Deer listeners are thrilled right now.
well, oh wow, the shade. Is this gonna be our thing this year? Every episode, are we just gonna throw shade at our listeners? We're 3 for 3 so far, and I'm here for it.
Just gonna pick a random city in Canada and beef with their
Yeah, I mean
general
for
populace.
real, we love y'all. We love y'all.
We super appreciate you.
Did that what I did last week that stayed in, where I was like, oh, they what was it again?
Oh no,
They can't spell that.
I took that out.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure I took that out.
Damn.
Because earlier you dissed them twice. You like sneak dissed the listeners like 3 times in an episode. I was like, okay.
I missed the other two then.
Also, we were rambling on. Like
Yeah.
we were nattering, so I'm pretty sure I cut that.
We tend to do that. Let's move on. Next, we're gonna get into the Leafs section of this list. Because I mean, yeah, these were some massive ones that just immediately became massive talking points, right? Like they were immediately, how can you pay these forwards this much money? And then the whole like Marner's dad thing, which we'll do Marner next. We're gonna start with John Tavares. The big free agency contract comes over from the New York Islanders, and it was a monster, right? I mean, $11 million, 7 years, signed in 2018, 13.8% of the cap on signing. So, I mean, less than like the Panarin one was, less than the McDavid one was, obviously, which was the same year, but like still like a huge contract for a team that already had Austin Matthews and like was gonna be a 2C, right? How do we think this played out?
C. Y'all know how I feel about Tavares, so I'm biased here. Like I'm happy to bow out of this conversation. I'm a little biased. He was overpaid his whole career, or his whole contract with that team. Sorry, it didn't make sense. And like, he wanted to play in his hometown. Take a hometown discount. Did you want to win in your hometown, or did you just want to exist there and suck the life out of the place?
Right.
His numbers aren't even that bad. I'm straight hating right now.
No, because
I am player hating.
No, in some ways, I'm very much with you. Like, I do think, over the course of that contract, he played at an elite level, like, sometimes.
Not all the time, though.
but not
Certainly
all the time. And forgetting the cups, he just never changed a series for them. You know, he did have the one big goal that sent them to the second round for the first time in a million years. But, like, even then, it was like, it never felt like John Tavares, the hometown hero, the guy who came over in his prime. Like, it just never seemed like he really just put the team on his back and did it.
Devils fans talk more about Adam Henrique than Toronto fans talk about John Tavares.
Yeah.
Like, think about that's crazy.
And I mean, at $11 million per year, he played fine, but like, you put up almost 90 points the first year. That's great. 47 goals. That's electric. And then it just kind of didn't happen. You know, you don't, even forget the flat cap, like that hit in 2020, but the year before, you know, 2019 is when the production started to dip like immediately. You couldn't be paying $11 million for a 50 to 60 point center.
And I mean, there's elite players that are putting up way better numbers than this.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, and he's not even your 1C.
Exactly.
Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, I always hated this contract.
Yeah.
I like Tavares. I think he's a great player, and I love him at 5. I love him where he's at now.
Me too. Absolutely.
But this contract should have been like 10, 9.5.
Yeah. I
Like,
think it was bad at the beginning and it aged poorly. Like, I think this one's D for me, honestly.
I'll take that. I'm actually mad happy with that. I was being generous with C, so like
yeah, no, I think that's where that belongs. Like it never I think what keeps it out of F is like it never sunk them, right? Like they were a perennial playoff team.
And they never bought him out. Like for me, an F is a buyout, like instant failure. If you had to buy the dude out of his contract, unless it's like the last year.
I agree, except for like some of these older ones that we're gonna get to when they were signing like 15-year deals. Like those can't you signed those knowing they were going to be bought out. Like that was the kind of the point, you know?
And back then it was kind of allowed. It wasn't like this taboo thing the NHL was like restricting.
Exactly, yeah. So those were different. But yeah, these types of deals, 8-year deals now, they're shortened. They're meant to be played all the way through. If you buy them out in like year 3 or 4 or something, like yeah, that's an instant failure for sure. Next up, the other Leaf, Mitch Marner. Big debacle around the whole signing, right? I mean, he waited it out. There was like his family was involved. Fans were mad. Everyone was mad. It ended up getting done just a touch under John Tavares. The year following the Tavares contract, he gets $10.89 million over 6 years. Again, through the flat cap, so that's tough. It went from 13.4% of the cap to 12.4% of the cap. So I do think, like, look, I kind of think it's tough for the Leafs here that, like, they signed all of these guys, like, right before the flat cap hit. And so that is kind of just tough for the Leafs in a sense. Like, it ended up being tough for everyone, don't get me wrong, but, like, it was just an era of cap growth that you couldn't foresee ending. So I do kind of feel for them here, but it's a tough one. Like, the Mitch Marner deal, he was so elite in the regular season for every year of this deal.
Yeah.
Like, I would, like, maybe the best left winger in hockey.
And my hesitancy on that answer is just because I'm trying to figure out what my weight on, like, disappearing in the playoffs really is.
Right.
Because, like, that's got to be a huge factor, too. Like, you can be the sickest player ever, but if you're never getting it done in the playoffs, then, like...
I know.
You know?
It's so tough to wait. Jay, do you have a feeling on this at all?
Yeah, see, I can't... Going into this, there's no way I'm saying it's an A-tier contract. That's not my first thought, at least. But honestly, I think I would take the last 6 years of Marner over the last 6 years of Panarin.
I think I'm in agreement with that.
And, like, if we're going to have Panarin as an A-tier, like, Panarin shouldn't just be higher because Shesterkin carried 2 series and they got farther.
Valid. That's honestly valid. I kind of am leaning to that ending up being a good contract, even though it didn't really work out the way the Leafs wanted it to. Is the way I'm thinking about it with that flat cap thing I was going on. Like, $10.89 million was, like, not an overpayment for Mitch Marner through that time.
No, I think they got 10.8 worth. out of every season. He didn't like have a drastic dip off like we're talking about with Tavares. He was always play moving.
And even in the playoffs, like he's pretty much a point per game guy in the playoffs.
Yeah, like he didn't like look, Toronto didn't get it done, but like that's not entirely on Mitch Marner. That
I cannot wait for Mitch Marner to go sicko mode in the playoffs with Vegas this year. And just destroy the hearts of everyone. I mean, 63 points in 70 playoff games. Like that's
really good.
That doesn't sound crazy, but then you realize like this guy made the playoffs when he was a rookie, when he was a second-year player.
Right.
It's like if you look at like the numbers since the contract.
Yeah. 4-6 or 4-5, 4-7, 8-7, 14-11, 3-7. That was like one rough round basically, and then a point per game last year. Yeah, I think they got well worth their money out of Mitch Marner.
Absolutely, I wanted to put it in B.
I think it should go in A with Panarin.
Really, even though he like kind of got pushed around for the whole thing too. Like,
I don't even really think that he does get pushed around. Honestly,
you don't think so?
I just think he's like a small guy, and people automatically just are like, because he doesn't hit people, people are like, well, he just gets thrown around out there.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. You know what? I'll yield A because honestly, like, just to spite Toronto fans, and 61 points in 70 games in the playoffs is really good. I don't know what you're about at all, actually.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy with that.
I mean, and yeah, there's like intangibles there, don't get me wrong, but like, when push came to shove, he was producing for you. So what do you want?
He did what he got paid to do. Wingers aren't supposed to be that defensively sound when they're on your first line. That's not their.
He's your left winger.
That's not your frickin' job. Like, it's nice.
All right, hockey is back, and this season, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, brings you all the speed, skill, and nonstop action you love. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you'll get paid out $300 in bonus bets instantly. Look, with a whole season in front of us here, every game, every line, if I was out here gambling on these games, I'd be doing it at DraftKings Sportsbook. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at nfl.com/terms.
Yeah. Okay, now let's get to a big one. Another guy that's still playing in the league right now. 8 years, $10 million for Erik Karlsson. Coming off one of the most, I mean, honestly, one of the most dominant playoff runs I've ever seen from a player. Interesting, we're talking about, Panarin and Marner here, but like, that run that he took the Ottawa Senators on to almost through Pittsburgh, like, Jay, I know you remember that.
Do.
That guy was a monster. So, I mean, this contract was enormous. And at the time, 2019, it wasn't even that huge in terms of cap percentage, 12.3% of the cap. It's still going. It's at 10.5 now, projected to be 9.6. And it was a tough run, right? Like, he had the injury issues, the ankle. He went to San Jose, who then fell off a cliff. But it's also kind of tough for me to hate this contract when, like, he won a Norris during it.
Yeah, see, and I think this is really funny that we're talking about this right now because literally, like, 2 days ago, the owner of the Sharks, like, had a very candid interview regarding their old GM who signed this contract and for some reason dragged him out of the past to throw him under the bus, back over him, and then run over him a third time. Like,
just trauma dumping.
Yeah, like, it was crazy. He was like, oh, he always said he never believed in long-term contracts, and then he got scared about the future, so he signed 3 that were stupid. And it's like, you just sound like a bitter ex right now, dog.
Yeah, 100%.
And I had this moment where I was like, am I tripping? I'm pretty sure the Sharks, through like a large part of his tenure with them, were still contending.
Yeah.
And he was still putting up rather elite numbers when he wasn't on IR.
Yeah.
Like, are we going to have the same conversation about like a Shea Weber? Because like Shea Weber was an elite defenseman before he got hurt.
Right.
And also, I don't really count IR weighted the same as a buyout. Like, the dude got
Yeah.
hurt. That sucks. But you get so much relief with IR versus just a straight up buyout.
So, like, where do you weight this contract? I'm kind of struggling with how I weight that.
Like, I think for like where it was at, like, there's two perspectives you could take. Do you want to take the Sharks' perspective when it was signed, or do you want to take the perspective of current
Penguins
owners
now?
Yeah,
That's the thing. You kind of have to take both.
because if you're the
I
Penguins
mean, you have to take
now,
the Penguins now, actually, is what you kind of have to take.
C. Firmly in C, because that contract's still around and he's not worth that money.
You know, I'm having a hard time with this because, like, I don't know if it's Erik Karlsson's fault at all that San Jose fell off. But San Jose was only serious for 1 year. And it was 2019.
Yeah.
Made conference finals. And then I don't think they ever made the playoffs again.
Right.
Are you sure?
I am actually very sure.
Yeah, that was an electric year. That was when they played Vegas, right?
Vegas and then Colorado.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought they contended from like 16 through 22, basically.
Nah. But like I said, like I don't know if that's his contract's fault. I'm not saying it's F tier, but I'm closer to F than C.
Wow.
I don't actually think there's a single serious contender in the last like 4 years that was seriously trying to get this contract. He had Ron Hextall trying to get it. That's who got the contract.
That's a good point. I think I would have to like concede here on D tier. I don't think I can put it in F just simply because he did win a Norris while on this contract.
That is true. He one of the craziest. 100 points.
100-point season from a defenseman on like actually a team with not a single offensive weapon.
Like, that's huge.
Okay, now we should kind of get moving through these here because these are going to be a little bit easier. And
we can fly through these. Like, super easy. We don't have to justify them too hard. You'll get it.
Sidney Crosby.
S tier.
Come on. I mean, $8.7 million. I don't even know what the percentage was at that time. What was it? It was friggin' 13.5. So it was a big contract at the time. 12-year deal at that, too. By the time it ended, it was 9.9% of the cap. Come on. That was signed in 2013. They got back-to-back Stanley Cups out of it. It's the most S of S tiers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, that is perennial S tier.
I do just want to point out that his first contract actually took 17% of the cap.
Wow. Another 8.7 in 2007. Yeah. Wow.
That's crazy.
That's a massive percentage of the cap. Yeah, 17. That would be the highest on this list for sure.
I just thought that was crazy.
Yeah, but even then, he got a cup out of that one too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, the most S of S tiers, and then Alex Ovechkin. I mean, this one was signed in 2008. 13 years by $9.5 million. You can't even do ones like that anymore. At that time, that would have been a solid 16.8% of the cap. Yeah, massive. Goes down to 11.7 by the end of it. Again, you got the greatest goal scorer of all time. You got a Stanley Cup.
S. Easy.
And then Connor McDavid.
S.
Easy.
Moving on.
And then we got Patrick Kane, and this is an interesting one because this one was signed in 2015. 8-year deal, $10.5 million. Pretty big percentage of the cap, 14.7. That's higher than a lot of the ones on this list here. And it got pretty rough for Patrick Kane.
Yeah, it did. He didn't have a good outing there in Chicago for a little bit.
No, I mean, granted, this is with signing bonuses and stuff, but coming off of that contract, he was like the highest paid player in hockey.
Yeah. And I mean, this is also the contract that kind of was the reason they didn't have the money for Panarin.
That's right.
Which was kind of the reason they stopped contending, which was kind of the reason everything else had to go, which was kind of the reason they're where they are at now.
Yeah.
They had to sell before they were ready to sell, and they didn't know what they were even going to sell things for.
So, I mean, the thing here, though, is like he did have some monster seasons after signing this, right? Like right off of this contract, 106-point season. Had another 110-point season.
I had Patrick Kane fantasy that year.
Really?
Movie.
I bet it was. Like, it's really interesting now. I mean, we're kind of in the story or the twilight years of like the greatest players of our generation, right? And I mean, Kane's on that list.
Has to be.
You look around at the NHL currently, and there are so many players influenced by Patrick Kane.
100%.
Like, this guy
He might be the most influential American hockey player.
of all time.
Yeah.
I think he's only 33-ish points from becoming the highest scoring American player of all time.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
He might be able to do it this year.
I hope he does. That'd be sick.
Me too. I
He
mean,
deserves it.
look, I hated this guy in the early 2010s. I'll tell you, as a Canucks fan, despised this fella.
Yeah, the letter of the day is T for trauma.
That's right. But, like, also had so much fun watching him. Just so sick. Now, granted, that was in the early 2010s, and this was signed in 2015. So, all in all, how do y'all think this contract played out? Was it worth it through it?
Honestly, just on a side note, I didn't know he had 92 points in 2022. That's crazy.
That was when they first, like, were really getting big on, like, the trade rumors to get him out of there. And people were like, oh, he's now getting back to playing his bag off to get a trade out of there.
I kind of see it in that A tier.
Did they get a cup out of this contract?
No.
Was that no? Okay, this was post cups.
Yep.
Thought so.
Like, I'm not going to say that this contract closed their window. That's stupid.
Yeah, no.
Other moves is what closed their window.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you still got... Like, when did the wheels really fall off? Where it was like,
Like a couple years after that.
yeah, like, we're talking like 6 to 8 premium years still.
Right.
That's pretty much what the Marner and Panarin was. But I like A tier for this.
I like A tier too. I think he's one of the most proficient scorers ever.
What was the cap percentage again at the time compared to Panarin and Marner's? Because, like, Kane's was 14.7, Panarin's was 14.3, so very similar, and Marner's was 13.4, but that's coming onto a second contract, so you can put that a little differently. Yeah. You know what? If Marner and Panarin are there, I think Patrick Kane has to be there.
And we do have to weight this with the I owe you a bag kind of thing. Like, he won them
Yes.
cups. He was
Multiple.
there. Exactly. And I mean, it's not like he did them dirty by, like, underperforming on that contract either.
Yeah, I mean, the hip started going for him early, and I mean, he still racked up some huge seasons for them, so yeah.
Yeah, he played through the pain 100%.
Yeah. Okay. I'm in agreement with that. Let's move on. Next up, we've got Scott Gomez, the earliest one on this list, 2007.
Yeah. Do you want the Devil's historian to step into the room for a second?
I would love to hear it.
Christ. Alrighty, so Scott Gomez. Wow, what a guy.
What a guy.
I actually really love Scott Gomez, and he's a hell of a storyteller. If you ever have time,
I've heard him on
Chicklets.
Yeah, on Chicklets.
Yeah,
Fantastic storyteller.
He tells some great stories.
Mhm.
Anyways, he played with the Devils, made the team. He was incredible, proficient, won a cup, won another cup. He actually won a cup in his rookie year, which is crazy. Won his second cup. And then, actually, no, he didn't. He left. No, wait, 95, 2000, 03. No, yeah. Yeah, so he won a cup twice with the Devils.
Mhm.
Left the Devils in 07
Mhm.
after being a pretty proficient second-line dude. 70, 63, 48, 55, 70 points. Like, pretty damn good.
Yeah. Especially through those early 2000s, right? Like, those were not high-scoring years.
No, absolutely. So, the New York Rangers, and this makes me really thrilled as a Devil fan, by the way.
I'm sure it does.
Scott Gomez, coming off of his pretty decent run as a Devil, goes, I want my bag. And the Devils go, we can give you a bag, but not the bag. And he goes, no, I'll just go to your number one rival across the pond.
That's right.
You dick. He signed a contract for, what was that worth again, Jay?
$7.73 million over 8 years? 7 years? Over 7 years.
Which doesn't sound like a lot. It doesn't. Until you realize that was 14.6% of the cap.
Yeah, it was like a $50 million cap environment.
And this guy was never a play driver. Like, keep in mind, this guy was playing next to, like, Patrick Elias and
Mm-hmm.
Zach Parise, like a rookie Zach Parise who was very good as a young player. Zach Parise was very good at a young age.
Right.
Like there's a lot of Brian Giunta.
Mhm.
We could keep going, but I won't bore you with it.
Yeah, I mean, like, to put it into perspective, like, that's a 7-year deal that when it ended had a higher cap percentage than Shea Weber's contract when he signed it.
Yeah. And then he went to New York and fell off a freaking cliff. And it made me so goddamn happy.
Yeah,
He left New Jersey, went to New York, and actually he kind of put up some points for a little bit there. 70,
Sure.
58, 59, but then he 38, 11, 15, 12, and 34.
Yeah.
Blah.
Yeah, no, I mean, easy F. Do we have
Easy
to go
F.
anywhere with it?
No.
Easy F. That's an awful contract and a deserved one from a dude who left to go to your biggest division rival. First F of the list, well deserved.
But not the last.
Yeah,
No.
that's fair.
This is another one I picked out.
Jeff Skinner.
Jeff Skinner.
This fella, look, this has been, just one of those contracts. It's one that gets discussed a lot. He signed an 8x9 contract in 2019 with the Buffalo Sabres, and that went from 11% of the cap to 10.7% of the cap. Like, it hasn't changed that much over the course of this time. Again, flat cap. Not much you can do about that. But, like, was it ever worth it? Like, was it really? It didn't seem like it was really all that much worth it on signing. Like, what was he coming off that year?
Not that great. Like, if we're being real.
Did he sign it in 2019, like summer 2019? So, like,
Nah, that's crazy. He's coming on 49 points.
Yeah.
coming off 49 points.
Buffalo things.
Yeah, and this is, it's what we were talking about earlier, right? How organizations go, you can't include Buffalo.
Yeah, it's not negotiable.
And I
Like,
think Winnipeg's kind of the same thing, right? Winnipeg has to pay a premium to keep players around. So there is kind of like they're a different situation.
no, totally.
And so, I mean, look, they never made the playoffs, like, ever. He did have one good season out of this, right through the middle part of it there. 14 points in 53 games was horrific. I mean, he did have a point-per-game season with 82 points in 79 games, but, like,
A singular
yeah,
point per game season.
across an 8-year, $9 million contract. I mean,
Immediate F.
Yep.
As if it wasn't bad enough already. You had to buy him out too.
adios, amigo. He doesn't even have a picture, but he's down there. Next up, we only got a couple left here. Shea Weber. This was a big one. And this one, I really debated putting in here because it wasn't seen as horrific the moment it was signed. This guy was a monster.
He was so prolific, so terrifying.
So terrifying.
Top,
The shot, the
yeah.
hits. He was just a menace everywhere on the ice. In his own zone, he was a menace. In the neutral zone, he was a menace. And in the offensive zone, he was a menace.
Didn't he break a player's ball sack? Like, I'm
Probably.
pretty sure, like a Shea Weber. I remember that.
Yeah. I mean, ends up being the forefront of what I think was like one of the biggest trades of the 2010s, that straight up 1-for-1 Weber for PK Subban. We don't really get trades like that anymore, and it's such a shame because that was so sick. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. This was right before they ended up putting in kind of the restrictions on year limits for contracts. And it was way too long. It went till he was 40 years old. Or even longer, I think. I don't even know. He's still getting paid.
What's crazy is that, like, Nashville didn't get, like, dinged for signing this, like, over-year contract either.
Yeah,
Like the Canucks did
I know.
and the Devils did.
Mhm.
That's kind of weird.
No, it's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, I think that's
It's
sick. Yeah.
kind of nice how he just Bettman over there helping the, like, deep south hockey teams as much as possible. I get it.
Yeah.
It's cool. Whatever.
No tax state.
Exactly.
No tax state before it was cool.
Exactly. Ow.
Sorry.
All good.
I think he is the C tier. We don't have a C tier yet.
Yeah, we don't
I
have a
think
single one.
I think that makes a lot of sense. I wonder how the 2017 Nashville Predators play out if they don't make that trade.
It's an interesting.
You know, like, because that team was 8 seed. Like, they went on a heater run, but it's not like Nashville was, like, actually bumping that year with PK.
Right.
Like, who knows?
That was a crazy run. Pekka Rinne.
I really think it's forgotten now because they lost. But, like, that Nashville home crowd used to have crazy aura. Like, it was, I think that's one of the loudest peaks. I think that's one of the loudest peaks in NHL history, in my opinion.
Do they still do the car smash? Because I remember the car smash before those playoff games.
Well, not anymore because they're ass, but.
Hey, I won't forget you picking them over the Canucks.
I won't either.
But no, I also will never forget that. When I think of, like, if anyone were to ask me, like, what's the best American crowd atmosphere in NHL history, I would say the mid-2010s Nashville Predators. Still. And, like, there's a lot of teams, like Dallas has a great atmosphere right now and stuff, but it was insanity in that run in Nashville. It was electric.
100%. Yeah, I don't know. It's a great C-tier contract because, like, what the hell? The dude was great. He's just injury prone.
Yeah. All right, sticking with the Habs here. Carey Price signed in 2018, 8 by $10.5 million. And this one's tough because it's the same thing, right?
And
plagued with injuries.
And I can't even use my weighting on the Cups because it's the frickin' Habs.
It's the Habs, and he was, like, legit the best goalie on earth.
He was done so wrong by this goddamn team. The only team that might have been done worse is Mika Kaprizov.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Shout out to Mika Kaprizov.
Another perennial goalie that just never got the firepower he needed. I mean, at least the Flames tried to add and tried to, like, win a cup. They just didn't.
Yeah, they did. They did try.
They really did try for him, but, like, the Habs really didn't. Like,
I mean, Lundqvist.
Did he even have a 100-point score on the team throughout his entire?
Hell
I don't
no.
think he did. I think the highest point score was 83, 82.
Yeah, something like that. So I mean,
And
these raw numbers are hard to look at. But, like, so what year was that contract signed? 2018. 2018. So he was coming off what that year? Like
Actually, like, one of his worst
seasons.
I mean, like, still good, but.
I mean, so many years, though, right, of, like, mid-930s goaltending, right? 934, 933, 923. I mean, like, so good. And, I mean, this one was just a complete failure, though. Like, he was coming off of his worst year ever. He had one elite season in the first year of it. And then one season where he played 58 games and had played 900 hockey, and then basically never played 25 games again. Never played 30 games again.
Yeah, I mean,
like, it's not his fault. Like, I'm not blaming Carey Price for it, but, like, for the Habs,
that
was, like, a worst case scenario contract.
And I mean, it did hold them back for quite a while. Like, LTIR does give you a lot of forgiveness, but it still costs money.
Yeah, and then the flat cap hit, and it got even worse for them, right?
Yeah, it became kind of an anchor. So, yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't throw it like an F.
Maybe in D?
Yeah.
Jay, do you have a feeling on that?
I think I'm in agreement with D tier because you do have a franchise legend.
Right.
And he did go on a sicko run.
In those playoffs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
To be fair.
To go into the finals against Vegas?
Mm-hmm. So I'm with y'all.
Yeah, D tier it is.
And I mean, he did get paid based off of his past, but, like, he earned that contract. That was a we owe you bag. That's very akin to the Kane bag, where it's like they didn't win, but, like, were they ever going to contend without him? Probably not.
Yeah, that's fair. And then last up, I mean, like, we know where this one lands. Ilya Kovalchuk in 2010 signs the 15-year, $6.66 devil number dollar deal. Leaves in 2013. Leaves like 3 years later.
I hate this man. I hate this man with my whole life. This
and then
is the
comes
end of the
back,
Devils franchise.
Plays for another team, and no, this was a mess. It was a mess from the beginning. It was a mess to the end. I don't blame you for your hatred of Erik Karlsson. I loved watching Atlanta Thrashers Ilya Kovalchuk.
Me too.
really
I loved
did.
watching New Jersey Devils Ilya Kovalchuk.
Yeah.
I can't even. I'm not even gonna try. I don't have words. I don't have words that are polite enough.
That's right.
F.
Yeah. Oh, and actually, we do have one more here.
Yeah, we skipped Jamie Benn, and I actually think Jamie Benn has some. There's a discussion here.
This is a good one to end on. We end with another kind of interesting one. Jamie Benn, 2017 signs that deal, 8 by $9.5 million, 13% of the cap at the time. So I mean that's high, right? That's in that Mitch Marner tier. 11% of the cap on the end of the contract. And an interesting one because again, no cup, captain of the team, but also widely regarded as at least in stick talk circles as one of the worst captains in the league.
Absolutely.
But also taking that team on a lot of deep playoff runs, including a Stanley Cup Finals appearance.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that one's got to be B-ish.
I mean, the point totals suck.
And I mean,
they're not very. It was signed in 17.
Yeah.
Okay, 69 points, 79 points the year after. He's earning that money. 53, 39, 35, 46. What the hell happened?
Jack Roslovic numbers.
And then you went. I'm not paying. I love Jack Roslovic, but I'm not paying him this contract. That's insane. I don't know. I got it in C.
Jay, do you have any thoughts on this one?
I feel like this is almost like the Bobrovsky contract, but Dallas didn't win any cups. Maybe not to that extent. I'm not going to disrespect Bob that much, but it does kind of have a similar light.
Oh, I think that's such a good take, actually, as soon as you said that.
It does have a similar stench. The only asterisk is that I don't think Bob really had that much of a fall off and slump, but we're talking about almost a half a point a game fall off here when we go from 79, 87, 89, and then we're talking about 39, 35, 46.
I mean, one of those was
they are shortened
seasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Even if we take those out and we just run the 82 game spreads, you're still looking at a 34-point season, a 41-point season, 56, 53.
And I don't want to go off just point totals here because that's not all it is. But we are talking about a captain that I don't think I would want for his leadership qualities.
I don't.
Just personally.
Y'all know how I feel about Jamie Benn.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah, we're going to have him on the pod one day. It's going to be great.
He's going to hit me with a flying elbow from the top rope.
Yeah, he might.
Yeah. And this kind of goes against my Bobrovsky take.
Mm-hmm.
Contradicts it. But, if Dallas was just a not well-ran organization and they were bad, but just mid right now, I actually think this could be an easy F.
I completely agree. That would be Jeff Skinner type contract. If Dallas was bad.
I mean, I'd love to slide this into D.
Hey, yo.
You heard me. You heard
Let's
me.
do it. Let's do it. Let's put Jamie Benn there.
Give me a slice of Jamie Benn on D.
Yep. Yeah. Let's do it.
Beautiful.
All right, and that's our list. That
Wonderful.
was fun.
That was great. That was awesome. I love that segment.
I did it we were talking at the beginning of the show notes, or at the beginning we were talking about show notes, and it was do we have a lot for today, or are we just doing this? It's been an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's a good thing we didn't have anything more. I always wondered how the Spin Chicklets guys got up to 3.5 hours. I was that's insane. You people need to chill it a little bit.
Yeah.
But they also don't edit anything out.
No, and they do an hour long interview. So if we did an hour long interview and then didn't edit anything, we'd have basically a 3-hour podcast every week.
100%. 100%. So I mean, I guess I can't throw stones in a glass house anymore.
This was a lot of fun though. I actually like the look of this list in all seriousness.
Yeah, I don't really have any edits I'd make, really. I'm pretty proud of it.
It's good work.
Yeah, we're all in agreement.
Mhm.
I think it actually worked out really well. Like we have people in every tier.
Yeah. We didn't drop the gloves over anyone. We didn't hit
We
an
didn't-
impasse at
we
any
didn't.
point. We came to amicable agreements in every slot.
No, this was great. This was a lot of fun. And if you have anything that you think we really messed up on, please let us know. I'd love to address it.
If you have any contracts from your favorite team that like you think really held you down, drop it in the comments as well. We'd love to see it. I mean, we kind of dodged the Suter Parise ones because they're like so obvious.
Yeah.
And, like, you know,
Yeah.
what's his nuts from Islanders goalie? They're still paying him. DiPietro.
Yeah, Rick DiPietro, yeah.
Like,
those are the easy ones.
yeah, low hanging fruit. We even left David Clarkson off the list, and he signed like a $5.3 million deal with Toronto. Scored maybe 40 points in 2 years and dipped out.
Yeah.
Like,
That's right.
You know.
But
So-
yeah,
But if you got anything really unique and kind of off the wall, hit us with it.
that's right.
I love getting all those deep takes.
Yeah, 100%. This was a lot of fun. Do we have anything else before we get out of here?
Nada.
Don't think so. Hockey's back. Enjoy it. There's some good matchups. I know this is going to come out Tuesday, but that's a shame because Thanksgiving is on Monday. And there's so much hockey going on Monday with this. So I'm very much looking forward to that. Enjoy it. It's back. Thank you all for listening. I appreciate it very much. And yeah, keep your dang head up.
Keep your head up.
Boom.
Boom.
Bomb.
Stick talk. Stick talk. Stick talk. Stick talk. Stick talk. Stick.